Welcome back, everyone. It is 5:13 on this finally Friday. David Karnes is in the studio today because it is a storm alert weather day. Let's turn our attention to the forecast. David, take it away, sir.
But still staying as far away as possible from John Martin.
Wait a minute.
6 feet. Not an inch less. 63 degrees by 8 a.m. But take a look. We are going to see storms moving through this morning. Probably within the next few hours. After 8 o'clock, we'll see those storms pressing through. And then it's going to be pretty stormy through the morning into the afternoon hours. We're going to vary between seeing storms moving through parts of North Georgia, then on the Tennessee side. So everybody's not going to have storms constantly from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But on and off, you're going to have storms moving through from basically, I'd say 8:30, 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock. And then we'll start to see them tapering off, though one or two isolated showers or storms may linger into the early evening hours. As things do taper off, we'll warm up, hitting highs in the upper 70s this afternoon. Right now, it's in the upper 50s and low 60s with storms this morning and afternoon. And then through your Memorial Day weekend, it's going to be muggy with a few afternoon storms primarily Saturday, Sunday into Memorial Day. And it's basically going to stay that way all next week. Humid, highs in the mid 80s, and one or two storms possible each afternoon. Big bullseye of severe weather. We're getting strong storms right now across parts of the plains. For us in the Tennessee Valley, we're looking at a lower but marginal risk of severe storms moving through. We're on the lowest end of the scale at a 1, but we're still with that looking at heavy rain and lightning, a good likelihood for everybody as we move through the morning hours. And then with that, the isolated small hail, damaging winds, and can't even rule out an isolated tornado. That is going to be again, very low risk of these parameters taking place, but the risk is there. Main thing everybody will notice at some point today will be heavy rain and lightning. The severe weather potential, damaging wind and hail, a 5% risk of that. When we talk about damaging wind, that's the kind of wind gusts that can knock over a tree, knock down a power line, things of that nature. So we'll need to look out for that. We'll also need to look out for isolated tornadoes, mainly east of Chattanooga where we have that 2% risk. So we are looking at that as something as well. So make sure you have the weather radio ready to go. You have a couple of different sources from which you can get severe alerts, especially tornado warnings, and you can also download the WRCB weather app for that information as well. The heavy rainfall that everybody is going to be getting, we're looking at a big swath where we're going to get 1 to 2 inches of rain moving right through the heart of the area. North and south, the north and south fringes of our area, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of rain. So again, here's the high-res radar, and you're looking at those strong storms off to the west. Not much going on in the Tennessee Valley until maybe between 8 and 9 o'clock we start to see some of those strong storms moving through North Georgia and Chattanooga by about 9 o'clock. And then after, say, 10 o'clock, you're going to see a lot of the activity lifting out of North Georgia. And take a look, you're not going to get much there, and a lot of activity is going to be centered over the Chattanooga area and surrounding areas toward Athens, over into Murphy, and back toward the Cumberland Plateau. So maybe a little bit of a break for North Georgia, and that's going to last through lunchtime into the early afternoon. Now, you can see this next batch of heavy rain and thunderstorms moving through during lunchtime and the early afternoon. And that's where we may get, especially where you see these little spots of purple that pop up, that's where some of the stronger storms will likely be developing. So we'll keep a close eye early afternoon, moving along 75 and back toward the Cumberland Plateau and into Chattanooga. We'll see those strong storms continuing, sliding eastward by 2 o'clock. Looks like it'll be east of Chattanooga, moving across the interstate from Athens, stretching down towards Cleveland. And then as we continue to move through the afternoon, this is 3 o'clock, still some of those storms moving up through the Blue Ridge. After 3 o'clock, we're going to start to see stuff breaking apart. But again, even during the evening hours, maybe a couple of stray showers continuing to linger. Then everything dies out late tonight, but we'll see maybe 1 or 2 showers on Saturday morning. Best chance of rain is going to be, again, Saturday afternoon when we have a chance of getting, some spotty little thunderstorms firing up once again. Won't be as widespread as this morning, but do be aware Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and yes, even into Monday afternoon, we're going to continue to see these isolated pop-up thunderstorms as we see some very warm and muggy weather settling in for your Memorial Day weekend. Or Storm Alert 7-day forecast showing the strong storms today, followed by just hot, muggy weather over the weekend, and about a 20% chance of a few isolated storms each afternoon, not just through Memorial Day, but on through the better part of next week. Lori?
David, thank you very much.